Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Tuesday on The Den. It is me, JD. Let's go. Okay, so this week is Challenge Week, and we have actually, some of us, I should say, a lot of things have been happening, and we wanted to kind of touch base on some topics that what we're saying are challenging, and challenging something that is challenging. And yesterday, Derek and Greg did a video on kind of safe dating tips in the LGBTQIA community in an age of increasing online dating and mobile app usage, and a friend of mine, their best friend was murdered about a week and a half ago, and she was a member of the LGBTQ community. There are a lot of unanswered questions, so I can't really go into too much detail, and she wasn't my direct friend, so I don't feel like I'm at liberty to say much about her life or death, but kind of rebounding a little bit off of Derek and Greg's video, not necessarily just dating tips, but kind of just safety in the LGBTQ community and finding a safe way to discuss issues in regards to our safety in everyday life, especially with the ongoing hostile political climate that we currently find ourselves in, not just in the United States, but all over the world. And I've mentioned it before, months ago when I was fairly new to the Den. I suffer from PTSD. I was sexually assaulted and beaten when I was 21 years old. I had gone out and was left for dead, and it still impacts me to this day quite a bit, but it's a reflection of the society to which we live in, not only homophobia, but the literal fear of gay people, or being perceived as gay by people. And there's a lot of different complex parts to this conversation that we should be having that are not being had. And while I don't want anybody to feel like they need to live in fear all the time, or that they can't go out in public, or you can't live your life because of your sexual identity, I do want people to be cognizant of the dangers that do exist, in my own experience, in the experience of people that I know that have been either hurt or killed. This isn't an easy topic to discuss. It's not that fun, and but it's necessary. And I think that if we on the channel have the viewership that we do, we hold a level of responsibility to utilize our platform to protect and help people as much as we can. From my own personal experience, when you're going out with people, or you're going out to a bar, if it's with people that you don't necessarily know, or it could be people you know really well. In my instance, I knew these people very, very well. It's be aware of your surroundings, where you are. If you're not comfortable in a bar, tell somebody you're not comfortable and leave. It sounds easier than it really is, because I know how it can be to be with a group of people that might be under the influence, that are pressuring you to stay and hang out and have fun and whatever. But I have learned that if it's a bar I've never been to, I'm not comfortable there, and I don't feel safe, I leave. Period. Full stop. Doesn't matter. I'll take a cab, I'll walk, whatever I need to do to get home or to get to where I was, because my safety trumps the social fun of the other people in the group. If I don't feel like I can be safe, I'm not going to feel uncomfortable for the sake of other people having a good time, period. And when you're out, keep an eye on your drink. And that's something that a lot of us think about or hear, but it's important, because drugs are still being used. I was given Rohypnol, almost enough to kill me. It should have actually killed me. And you need to be aware of your surroundings and not be hyper vigilant at the same time. That's something that I found to be very important. Well, it can be very critical for us to be concerned about what's going on around us. It's also important not to be so concerned that it consumes your life and you're not able to go out. For people who have a really hard time actually going out in general, it took me a long time to be able to go out again. If you're meeting people on an app, such as, I mean, you could Grindr, Tinder, Scruff, Growler, there's like a million dating apps now. Tell somebody where you're going and make it somebody who you can trust with that information. One of my best friends, her and I have an agreement where if either of us had gone on a date, or if either of us are going somewhere that's on a date with people that we may not necessarily know, we tell each other. I say, this is the address I'm going to, or this is the place where I have a date, or the Chihuahua's with me at work today. It's been a stressful day. Hey kid, you want to say hi? So it's really critical for people to have somebody that they can trust to give that information to. So with my friend, I tell her, like, this is where I'm going, this is the date, this is the movie, this is the person's name, this is the person's phone number. We have that agreement where it's not uncomfortable for us. Like, there's no judgment between either of us, and we just tell each other like it is, exactly where we are, where we're going, what we're doing, so that if something doesn't line up, or if I don't contact them when I say I'm going to, they know where I'm going. There's a point of contact if something were to happen to me. And there's a starting place that they can go if they need to contact the police or the authorities or my parents or whatever it is. There's zero judgment. Don't meet people that you feel uncomfortable with and they try to get you to participate in whatever it may be, if it's sex, if it's dinner, if it's a movie, or going out for drinks, or come over to Netflix, because that's always what happens. If you get weird vibes from it, don't do it. I think, like, the biggest message I could come away with this, kind of bouncing off of the murder, not only in my state, but murders in Canada, and there's murders all over the country. There's trans people that are dying every single day, and we're not talking about it. And it's frustrating, and it makes me angry, and it makes me upset. And you all deserve to be safe. You all deserve a dating community that isn't a threat to you, because our existence is already a threat to ourselves because people don't understand us and don't want to understand us. Be safe. You members of the Den are amazing. You dedicate your time and your lives to helping people, even if you realize it or not. And like I said, us on the Den, if we have a platform that we can reach thousands of people throughout the country and the world, I'm going to use it to try to improve it. And I know the typical challenge week is usually pretty funny, and it makes a good time for people. I also think that this was very important for us to talk about something that was challenging. It goes without saying, just to be safe, be cognizant, be aware, trust your instincts, trust your gut, have a friend, you're fine. Have a friend that you can turn to with information that, if you want to be safe, like, just let people know of your plans. If you don't tell anybody what you're doing or where you're going, no matter the time of day, even if it's with a text, nobody has any information on what to start with in the long run. So please be safe. Be aware of your surroundings. You guys are all amazing. I appreciate the time that you guys dedicate to watching our channel. I hope to see you guys next week on the Den. I am looking forward to next week quite a bit. Rugby's been kicking my ass, so that's why I'm sitting on it, because it hurts. My body is in pain. But have a great week. Watch the videos throughout the week. Everybody's got some pretty cool stuff lined up. And I hope you have a fantastic week. And I'm now rambling, so bye.